Okay, I'll admit this is not going to be a very professional start to all of this. It's all still a bit hectic in my life, so forgive me for all the stuffed and rushed and largely unplanned work, but I hope it's enough to get people interested. I left myself a little note here in the back, and we'll see what happens once I filled in the whole thing. On the front cover, I just named this TCG Notes to identify it. As a name, even a placeholder, is one of the last things I'll confirm for this whole project. No use in naming it something that is going to be non-indicative of the game, right? I also approach this from an atypical angle compared to a lot of other HTCG people, as I vaguely played Pokemon when it first released. Without the official rules, as no one I knew had them, so we made stuff up. Had someone give me a random Magic deck, then picked up Slay the Spire back in 2019. I had some vague ideas about making some tarot or standard playing cards, watched a couple videos on others making theirs, then got sucked into the homemade TCG side of YouTube. It was only around the end of October, beginning of November that my brain went, you know what would be a good idea? Making a TCG, and that's where this all started. As such, I went back to look up various trading card games to see what they had done, and you'll note refinements and references to some of these scattered throughout as we open the cover and see the first page, my very first ideas on the game. I scribbled down a note using the Chinese 5 elements from Wu Jing, because I wanted something a little different from the Western classical elements I know. The odds are good that these elements are going to be a guide or reference for building these 5 different decks and be named something completely different. The other 3 written on the page, stars, space and ether, I'll get to those later. I also sketched out an idea of the play zone, indicating where I wanted the main aspects to go. There's a lot to keep track of here, but I found after a few playtests and refinements that I wasn't using anywhere near as many of these sections as planned, so it got stripped right back. The bonus attack and defense I liked, but it was always a pain to have them in hand and remember to play them. I also swapped around the main and support, and adjusted the energy, as we'll see later. Next up are the rules I wrote down, what the roles of the different card types are, how many cards players draw at the beginning and each turn, the overview of dangers as spell cards, and what the main win condition of the game is. On page 3 we have my initial card design, rarity levels, and 2 gameplay methods I dubbed Bide and Burst. I didn't write much on those as this was very much the initial ideas phase, but we'll get into more specific work as we go through. As such, this is a short and sweet video, but I hope it gave an idea of what I've been developing and left some of you intrigued. Next video will be on the different decks and their playstyles, initial rules beyond those I mentioned here, and the start of card abilities. I hope to see you next time.